Yo, we're back live in full effect. It's Fuck Around, Find Out Tuesday with the favorite podcast and your number one place for Americanized propaganda and real fearless entertainment. Think High Crew in this bitch. What's up, everyone? Let's get this shit warmed up. We about to have a lovely fuck around find out Tuesday as the world, universe, uh, United States, everything that's going on has been quite entertaining. Let us fuck around and find out how entertaining it has been. What's up, my fellow gods and goddesses? Let's get this bitch cracking. DJ Crazy Man on the ones and twos. We got Nova in the motherfucking building. It's your boy JMC. Glad to have you. If you in this bitch live, go ahead. Hit that motherfucking share button. Put it on your motherfucking favorite platform that you like to be on. If you're not and you hearing this later on your free time when you're getting out of work or after punching a long day's work and you just want to smoke some and think about something, talk about something, relate to something, then you could go ahead and turn this on. But also, share it with your motherfucking body.
Just received an
It's the Think High Crew, yeah.
Just received an
Yo, it's the Think High Crew, what up?
Just received
Yeah, it's the Think High Crew, you know.
Just received an
Jabu, what up? It's the Think High Crew, what up? It's the Think High Crew, yeah.
We may have had we may have had differences. The suppression, the use of marijuana. The suppression.
It's the Think High Crew, yeah.
What's up, man? We had to take a day for a mindful Monday. We were not here, obviously, but since then things have changed. All of a sudden, we have a president that's unseen, unheard of. We've got a vice president, right? We've got a vice president that is now basically and if you really hold on, let me turn this shit down real quick because we gotta listen. We gotta hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Think about this. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Does anybody else get the feeling? And I'm not on no conspiracy. I'm not on the right wing, a left wing. I'm just a human
We
being.
want a chicken wing, nigga.
Right. I'm just a human being observing.
Word.
Does it not feel like that what we talked about a year ago is going to come correct? And Joe Biden bro, I'm not even sure that he's going to be the president much longer.
Nah.
Much less, we all know he's already dropped out of running for 2024. But
remember, bro, I was saying it, bro. We were saying niggas think I was being funny and shit, bro. But I was like, man, y'all remember that card game, that Illuminati card game, when it talked about the dude in the mask? It was a card that had the dude in the mask, and he was the president. It was just so funny that as soon as this nigga drop out, he ain't even got no pictures or nothing. Like he just like, yeah, what is you not president no more? Like the race, you know what I mean? Like, you still president, but this dude is just not. He wasn't even existing on social media until like today. And I had to comment on one of his posts like, Joe, give us a selfie, nigga. Like, what the where you at, buddy? Like, cause you know he ain't the one making the tweets and everything like that. So it's just funny to see, man. You're right, bro. I don't know if this dude is even. I don't know, man. The technology that we got nowadays, man, and I don't.
yeah,
know,
I mean, it almost seems like that. It's like when you're in a certain area, right? And everybody in that area knows what to talk about and what not to talk about.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like you just rolled into a new neighborhood and you're like, you're looking around and you're like, damn, everybody's wearing red, but ain't nobody saying this is a gang area, but like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's wearing red. The motherfucking interior of the car is red. They got red curtains and shit hanging from. These motherfuckers are wearing red t-shirts, red bandanas, and nobody says anything about it being a gang, right?
Yep.
But you just kind of assume
Mm-hmm.
that that's what the fuck's going on.
That's one. Yep.
Like, say for instance, if you went to like a KKK rally,
Right.
if everybody there is dressed in a fucking KKK outfit burning crosses, they don't have to say a motherfucking thing. You just automatically assume that you're at a KKK rally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so right now it's like me, I'm just automatically looking at this, just automatically assuming as I look that like, it looks like Joe Biden's not even the president anymore. And they're just kind of just like, without saying Kamala's president, just without saying, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
when
bro.
it comes down to it, he might be the one that signs this or whatever, but it's like that the president is supposed to be first and foremost of the company. The president ain't the one that's in the back, that's the CEO. The CEO and the investors are the one that's in the back that you don't see. And now all of a sudden, the person that's supposed to be the face of America is just fucking nowhere,
Right.
bro. Like, bitch, you got COVID and what? We got Zoom? What's up?
I know, right?
That's how you ran your whole campaign.
You resigned, right? You resigned via Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, from a race.
Twitter,
That ain't got
right,
nothing to do with
right,
being
listen.
the president.
Listen,
I'm
we just
I'm
have to
thinking he
imagine.
might.
Hold on. Let me help you. We just have to imagine what can be without being unburdened
Yep.
by what
And
used to be. What the
and you
fuck
know what?
Kamala kept saying, God damn, this bro used that bar about 80 billion times.
Yep. You know what's funny though, man, is when
Yeah.
you know, like it's great to joke around. It's fucking amazing. But
Mhm.
when the joke actually becomes on the Americans that live here and have to deal with this shit, when the
Yeah, bro.
joke's on us over and over and over and
Yeah.
over,
Now, hold on. Let's make this
how
disclaimer.
long
Hold
are we
on.
gonna allow for this just to continue to be a joke on us?
Great question. But let's make this disclaimer. Okay. Not saying that politics like rules our lives. Like we don't really even give a fuck. We know it's a charade, right? We've already said this. You know, we had a whole week talking about how the world is a stage. We've explained it in high detail through we use other documentaries to help support this information. So it's up to people to fucking, get it themselves. But we just want to let people know that we understand what's going on, and the reason why he's saying shit like that is because we looking at it from a perspective that most people aren't. You know what I mean? Like we don't vote, we don't play the game. We watch the game to know where we need to put the money so we can collect a bag and get the fuck away from the game. To find that real sovereignty and real freedom and real shit, because what the fuck these motherfuckers be talking about, what we have currently is not none of that. So
All right.
again, you know what I mean? It's all about having enough information to know what we need to do for ourselves. So it's almost
And at the same time, we're still having to fight this motherfucking psyop.
absolutely.
Don't think that like, we're immune to the bullshit. God damn, bro. I gotta fight this shit off like a motherfucker. I caught myself last night saying, well, you know what? I mean, maybe they're right, man. And I'm like, wait a minute, like, fuck them. Ain't none of these motherfuckers right, bro. None of these motherfuckers give a flying fuck about nothing. None of them,
What up,
bro.
man?
None.
My homie
Because
mentioned I caught myself.
I'm like, how is this how is this fair, right? I wouldn't vote. I'm not voting either way, but I'm just
Right.
asking a question.
Yeah.
How is it fair for Democrats that put their time, energy, money into Joe Biden's presidential race for 2024?
Mm-hmm.
How is it fair for them to see the person just catch COVID and then all of a sudden admit what everybody's been saying for fucking 4 goddamn years,
But
that
hey,
the dude is just not capable.
But guess what though? Even more doozy with what you're talking about is that the replacement of said nigga that you
What's
talking
up,
about,
Andrew? What's
the
up, Kyle?
replacement of fucking Joe Biden didn't even come across the people's desk at all.
No, that's what
So
I'm saying. What kind of
nobody
democracy
said,
is that?
"Hey,
Ain't nobody out here got a chance to say yeah this or yeah that. These
right,
motherfuckers just tell you that's what's going on.
yep,
I wake up and they're talking about, oh, they raised the most money ever in the world. But the night before that, I'm sitting there watching the fucking economic TV, Bloomberg, that I watch, and they say straight up that uh the goddamn contributions had trickled down to zero. And all of a sudden, man, like, come on, man. And then people really think that Kamala Harris is stupid, bruh. Like, this woman was a goddamn, first of all, she was
what up,
the
Sarah?"
DA of San Francisco. Second of all, she was the attorney general for goddamn California. She was a fucking senator and a vice president. Now, if she's stupid as fuck, then god damn, bro.
Yeah, right.
Like, come on, man. Like, we had a game ran on us for 4 years, making you think that Joe Biden was legit and like Kamala Harris was a fucking dumb idiot dick sucker. Now, she might be a good dick sucker, but that don't make her dumb. And you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
Andrew,
hey,
sure. What do
motherfucker
you
got to
think on the
admit when they
topic?
got some shit ran on them, bro.
Hold on,
If
though.
not,
We
go
got
ahead.
somebody that's not an American that would like to speak. Andrew, go ahead. What do you think on the topic?
Yeah, it's
Andrew's like, damn, I heard this dude going off. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, man?
yeah. Hi all, and I hope you're having all a good day. It's evening here. What's the time now? It's like nearly 12:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
But it's with Camila or Kamala. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Harris. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's she ain't just with it. She has got no indication of the modern speaking or how
Hey,
to reach out to
let me
people.
give you just a real quick. So, to
All right.
help you kind of understand the name Kamala, right? You'd have to know that her mother is Indian. Okay. So her
Yeah, I
mother
know.
being
Her
Indian,
mother is
I know you know, but I'm
yeah,
just saying, like,
mm,
so
yeah,
it kind of makes sense that it would be pronounced Kamala. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah,
Like almost like you're saying comma. So,
Yeah.
but it's
Or
just a joke,
karma.
bro. I ain't trying to correct you. I'm
Yeah.
just joking along
I
with you.
He
know, I know,
gets it. He gets
I
it.
know. Yeah, but it's she, she doesn't just reach out to the people at all. There's no like how can I say it's common sense in her at all. She's just like a robot. It's
A
I really
disconnect.
think Trump's going to win the election.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's disconnected from the people
Yeah.
I gotta,
completely.
I
She,
agree.
and I have to
yeah, yeah.
disagree. And it's not because I'm a supporter of hers,
Right.
and it's not
Yeah.
because I'm not a supporter of Trump and what
Right.
he talks about, right?
I want to hear this
But
because, yeah.
it's because
Mm.
that I see how our government is, and I see who's behind her, the same people that's behind Trump. It's there.
Right.
There's one
Yeah,
kind of
no, no,
person.
no, no.
There's one type of
Okay, no,
person
no,
on
no,
this
no.
planet that runs
Let me
everything.
butt in because I'm not American. Yeah, look at who the people who's been running the government behind Biden. Biden has not been running America. It's
No.
other people been running behind America. It's
Yeah.
other people running
We have an
America.
APAC.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's other people running America. Biden hasn't run America for 4 years. It's
That's yeah.
so.
We can agree to that too.
Yeah, and Camilla Toll Harris, she's gonna be the same as Biden.
For sure.
You're gonna need Trump in to clear it all out, and then you can have a new elections after when Trump's finished. When he's finished his term, then he can clear it all out, and then hopefully you can have nice fresh elections and normal
Right.
people in again.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
What I meant by I agree with him when he says that Kamala doesn't have the with the people. I guess I'm looking at it more from the my people. You know what I mean, or the people, not necessarily black people or brown people or
I'm
white
looking at
people.
black people because my dad's black. It's so I'm looking at black people too. But Camilla Harris, she and he's American, and that's why I'm on here. She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it.
I don't think
She's
so.
not got.
I think that it's a false. If there's a connection between like the the actual grassroots people in Kamala, it's. Oh, my homie saying my mic is low. Let me try to turn up.
It's all right. It's all right. I can hear you. Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can
No?
hear you. Okay. Yeah, you're
Okay.
perfect.
All right. Thank you. But yeah, I don't think that I don't think that she's connected to, like the actual people. And when I mean that, I mean just like people with, a lot more common sense like me and you and, see, and I think that means the difference. So it's like the group of people that I know, I guess, intermediate circle, like they all understand that fucking Kamala ain't, you know what I'm saying, what it is, ain't
Mm,
connected.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I understand.
that's why I said that I can agree with that, because me personally, I don't see the connection with her and the people like but with Trump, even with any of these
But
politicians,
what
it
I'm
really
saying
depends
is
on
like,
yeah,
and you know me. I mean, Andrew,
yeah,
like maybe you don't. Obviously, you don't know me, but I'm totally
for
against
sure.
the whole left side of the thinking of all the bullshit, right? But at the
Yeah,
same
I'm the same.
time,
I'm the same. I'm the same.
but at the same time, I have to just be honest, right? And I have to call it how it is, because if not, then I'm just a punk ass
Yeah,
bitch like
I
the
think
people
she's
I'm talking
very
about I don't like.
intelligent, and I think that she
I
knows
think
how
that
to
she
play the
is
game for sure.
I think she's extremely capable. And that's just because you can't be the DA of San Francisco. You can't be the Attorney General of
Yeah, that doesn't
California.
make
You
her
can't be a
right. That doesn't
senator.
mean
You can be
right.
one of those. You can get lucky and suck dick your way
Oh,
into one
man.
of those positions, but all of those, like, and then she was vice president for 4 years. And just like
Yeah.
you said, we all know that like Biden hasn't been running shit, right? So what if they do this too? What if they say, oh, and by the way, all the shit that's happened the past 3.5 years, yeah, it's been by Kamala, the vice president. Joe Biden was so old and worn out and torn up inside and dementia and fucked up in the head that he wasn't able to do anything, because at this point they could throw anything out there. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
agree.
So I'm not saying that necessarily I think that she's more capable than Donald Trump, but at the same time, when you look at it from the lens that I'm looking at it from, and they start putting up credentials, well, her credentials are much more professional than Donald Trump's in the light of and through the lens of what I'm looking at, right?
Yeah,
So, in who's more capable to run a government? She would actually, on paper, and I'm not saying that she is. I'm just saying because the government's
right,
corrupt as
right.
fuck and all that. She's actually on paper more capable of running a government than Donald Trump would be. And we could go down the list of the reasons why. We could also go down the list of the reasons why Donald Trump's more capable. But just as in through the lens of what they want everyone to look at it through, they're going to make it seem like she's more capable, and they're going to give you the reasons why. And then they're going to give you the reasons why that Trump isn't.
Hold
I
on,
believe
Andrew.
in
Hold on.
Thailand.
Let
Can I
Coach
just start
Kyle.
in?
Let
Yeah,
Coach
go
Kyle
ahead.
Yeah.
chime in real quick. Let Coach
Okay.
Kyle get a chance. Go ahead, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, dude, no, okay, no, now I kind of like hear his point. Like, I totally do agree. And like, they're gonna look at her credentials a little bit more. Like, well, she's been in the government for this many years. That's why. But for that being said, has her time reputation it kind of spoke for itself. She's done a crappy
Yeah.
job. Like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
did a real
She has.
shitty job. And then that's where it's going to come down to now. People are going to be like, all right, do we want someone that, okay, U.S. was born to be a business. It's
True.
literally in our Constitution.
Right.
It's in our fucking Constitution. So for that being said, do we want someone who knows nothing about a business, or do we want someone that knows everything about a fucking
Honestly,
business?
I would answer
And that's
that.
where her advisors come in, her
Yeah, I would say
administration. See, I'm not
both.
saying
Yeah,
that I
but her
believe, hey,
advisors,
look, y'all,
well, look,
I'm not saying
that's
I
a
believe this shit.
I know.
Don't
I
get
know.
me
Yeah,
wrong. I don't believe in Kamala Harris, but what I believe
Right.
in is the United States government make motherfuckers do what the fuck they want
Well,
them to
this is what
do.
I was gonna say. No, to what you're gonna say. That I'll say that we would need both of them motherfuckers, and that's why I don't understand. But we have some of the biggest and brightest people in the whole entire world right here in the United States of America, and
Shit,
they're
right on this
young.
podcast,
Right,
motherfucker.
right.
Shit, no, I'm
And
just
wait,
kidding.
hey, wait, check it.
Hey,
And
but
these,
let Andrew get back in though when you
okay,
get done though.
okay, yeah. And then, and what I'm saying is that we got the brightest, we got some of the brightest people. Really, just all around the world, there's extremely bright people. But don't get me wrong, like we got people bright enough and young enough, right? And young enough to be able to this should not be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like there's somebody right now who's smarter, brighter, more intelligent than Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and younger, that will be able to do a way better job at this.
RFK,
But they don't even
RFK.
but they
Wait
don't
a
even
minute.
want to be president, but they're not even
Yeah.
running. Like there's people out there who's very capable of doing the job, but aren't even interested in the job because they know how corrupt you must be to even get the. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't want no parts of it because
Well, here's
they
the
understand.
crazy part. Trump, you cannot say he's not corrupt. You know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? He's totally corrupt in his ways, but guess
But
what?
Biden,
His ways
son,
was the best way. Because he was just like, yo, we're gonna make these other countries pay for what they fucking
Nah,
did.
I get you, bro. Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
And I was like,
You can chime in, Andrew.
Oh, okay, so I can speak a little bit. I'm speaking outside from America, yeah. So it's and you can disagree with me
I love
or
that
agree with
perspective.
me.
Come on.
Hey, Andrew, it's all good because either way, disagree or agree, we're just looking for the truth. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah,
That's all we're looking
well,
for. So
that's it. It's the truth, isn't
say
it?
anything you want to, and don't
See,
hold back, bro. At
yeah.
all. You know
So
what I mean?
the Biden family, I've gone about the Biden family now, yeah. They were involved in Ukraine, arm deals, and everything behind the back door and
Yep.
everything before he became president. And Hunter Biden on the crack cocaine and everything like that. And it's Biden was a supporter. Well, I'm British, yeah, and I'm ex-army.
Uh-huh.
Biden was a supporter of the Irish Republican Army, yeah, killing British troops.
Right.
Who Britain is a loyal ally of America.
Right.
When Biden became president, the first thing he said to a British reporter, he says, "I'm Irish. I'm Irish." And that's what he said to the British reporter. To me, is like a terrorist, and he's
Yeah.
a horrible man. And it's because he supported the Irish Republican Army against the British Army and killed many troops. So the Biden family, I have no loyalty to. As for Trump, I have no loyalty to Trump too. Why can't America, such a big country, get two better people than
I
that?
completely
They've got
agree.
Kamala Harris and Trump. Why are they doing these two people? There's America's is the greatest country in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why they got these two people for? Anyway, I'm going to cut off.
Hey,
Anyway, yeah,
I'm glad that somebody that doesn't live in the United States just said that.
Absolutely,
Because
Andrew.
I don't want to sound like, like we're like being like boastful or nothing, but like, bro, like there's so many different
it's
people.
corruption. It's
Yeah,
corruption.
Exactly.
absolutely.
It's
Yep.
money.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the bag,
Yeah.
y'all. It all comes back down to it. And there's a group of people that we know that runs both sides. If you look at who the VP is for Trump, and then you look at the fact that the same people that are represented by that VP were calling Trump a Nazi 2 3 days before he got shot, but then
Now support him.
now all the Jews are for Trump. You seen the signs? That's what the sign said. You see it?
yeah,
They
yeah.
have, so it's like it's just weird. You know what I mean? That and then you know who's really behind it all, because if they pick
Yeah.
who they were expecting to pick for Kamala's VP, and if it's a super Israel pro Israel person, then we know damn well that it doesn't matter who we pick. It's a fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? Like we can fucking agree to that. I mean, that's just how I see it. Because what's the fucking point? Because then when you go down the list, you see that everybody's family members is married to one of these type of people. Everybody, or his daughters, his sons, their kids.
Yeah,
They're all like it's crazy, right?
it's like
So
you
then it's
know the
like,
guy. That's
yeah,
goes without the saying. Or was it? We know someone by the
yeah.
seventh person.
Absolutely, man. So
How's
then,
that?
Exactly.
now you're
Well,
looking
you know
at the
what?
bigger picture. You know,
You know what's funny is if you look at like all the spotlighted politicians, right? Because there's a lot of politicians, but there's only a spotlight on a few of them. You got to ask yourself, why is that? You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. And so let's look at the women. All of the women of color, we're not going to say colored women because that's wrong. But now we could say women of color, and that shit is on the right side of history,
Oh,
right?
shit.
So all the women of color in the United States government that are talking shit about white men are actually married to a white man.
Right.
I'm just saying. And that white man is also Jewish.
They don't
So,
identify.
there you go.
Yeah, but Jewish dudes don't. But wait, Jewish dudes don't identify.
Exactly. She's married to a white dude.
Right, but wait though, they don't identify as a white dude though. Jewish people
Right.
as white.
Hey, you know what, Jason? They identify as a white dude until it's not time to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they're Jewish. They're like, whoa, motherfucker, wait a motherfucking minute, goddammit. No, bro, I'm Jewish. I'm not white. I'm Jewish.
They learned this. Look at. How do I know? I'm like, I ain't lying. I'm half white, half Mexican. But when you look at me, you're gonna be like, oh, this is a white motherfucker.
Yeah.
But look at when you look at, it'll make you laugh because look at when I get called out for being white, I'll be like, yeah, dude, I'm white, but I'm half Mexican. But say something bad is going down, and there's cops everywhere.
Oh, then you're
gonna
Mexican
panic,
then.
except me, because fucking it's not a dick move. It's just reality hits.
This is the way it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Reality hit. And then everybody goes like this, hey, Kyle, we need your help. I'll be like, nah, fuck you. You didn't need my help before.
Right.
Exactly. No, I mean, and I'm glad you're able to, be real about it and say that, like, because that's exactly how it is. And if we truly be told about everybody living in America and around the world, everybody's mixed, bro. You know what I'm saying? We mixed up with some shit way back when to maybe yesterday's fucking evening, whatever it is.
Come on, everybody like exotic shit, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro.
Yeah.
People don't like the same shit over and over again. So let's just put it like that. Like it was gonna be impossible for this many different kind of
Andrew
people to
said
be
he's
put
in
on this
Thailand.
earth.
Yeah, come on, Andrew. Just come on in, bro. You ain't gotta ask. Just fuck it. Just be
yeah.
rude. Be rude. Fuck it.
It's all right. It's like not be. You could say, hey, just say, hey, just jump in.
Yeah, just jump in. It's a conversation.
Conversation.
Trump's voted for his vice president, to get. Sorry, I suffered a stroke about 3 months ago, so maybe I slur a little bit. But it's the vice president would make a better president than Trump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like your rebuttal. I like your rebuttal. But here's another rebuttal. Let me share.
No.
Let me share your
one minute. He's Republican, that France down. I can't remember his name, but he would make a better president than Trump and a younger man too. It's why they keep going for the old men in America. I don't know. Now I'm going to talk. I'm going to listen.
He's tied right back to that same group of people. Actually, if you look at Vance, what's his actual last name? Because it's not Vance. He changed it from something else to Vance. He comes from the same. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's like.
But for everybody here's an olive branch. When you're young, we're not just you're young, but just say you're going broke, right? You're going broke, and you have to budget, correct? So right now, the U.S. is actually, it's been in the biggest budget of its fucking life since the fucking two towers. because the Two Towers is where everyone in the fucking world's retirement was at. Dude, my dad lost about $100,000 of his retirement. He had to fucking recalibrate where he was gonna go. Think about that. Real hard.
Bro, my granddad
Now listen.
lost.
Now, no,
My
listen.
grandfather lost.
Now listen.
One.
Can you
My grandfather
see?
lost
Can you
1.7
see?
million dollars, bro.
You look at. I know, but look
And he
at.
wasn't a rich dude. He just like worked all of his life and saved his money like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
No, he did.
But he put it in a 401k and it got fucked up.
He did 401k. He got stocks too. He does all that shit. But now what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter where you put your fucking eggs. You're gonna lose them somehow, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna lose a couple of eggs during the fucking race. So what had happened was that happened to the whole country. So think about it. Can you share fucking your eggs and milk at the meantime of you struggling? No. You kind of got to recalibrate yourself.
Right.
And that's what the country actually has to do. And that's what he was doing during his presidential fucking time in office.
Y'all. I think that there's a liquidation happening. There's a transformation happening, just like all transformations happen. They say Rome fell, but it didn't. It just transformed into a church. They say England fell, but it didn't. It just transformed into a bank. They say these great nations are falling and stuff like that. So I think that this is what. Oh, they say the nation is. I think it's a trend. Oh, for sure. And that's why I think that we're going through that transition where people are like, "Oh, United States is collapsing. Things are falling." Like, no, we're just transitioning from one thing to another. And see, in the scary part about that is the fact that is that knowing that they're trying to take over the world. Like they want a one world government, because everything that we've talked about is leading up to going into Iran. So it's like everything that we talked about recently is leading up to them basically saying we're going after the last place on planet Earth that doesn't have a central banking system.
What president is going to be the one that says, fuck it, we're going to war with Iran?
Oh, it's
I think that's the next question. That's who, you know what I mean? Like,
president.
And think about it. They said Iran might have had something to do with trying to kill Trump. Oh, well, if Trump becomes president, we're going to war, motherfucker. What's up?
Well,
Y'all bet you tried to goddamn assassinate me? Shit, I got my boys with me now. What's up?
We're going to go to war because what's happening right now.
Y'all motherfuckers tried to take me out, bitch. What's up?
No, we were going to go to war because
there wasn't enough to get us involved. You see what I mean? There wasn't enough to get the United States involved. They've been trying to get the United States involved, but they know that they have to get the people behind the war, or it never succeeds. That's why Nam failed. That's why Vietnam failed. That's why a lot of these things that we did failed, and that we claimed that we won, but we really didn't win. You know,
if the people aren't behind the war, there's no people to fight the goddamn war.
But you don't win the war because we win in the Nam. It was crazy about I read a crazy fuck around find out. I just found this out today. What's crazy about Nam is that we lost 100,000 warriors or soldiers who fought in Nam to suicide, and we only lost 50,000 in the war. Like, the shit is wild, right? So
and you know what? They don't throw them numbers. They don't separate them like they should. And that's why Vietnam had such a high, like COVID, right?
Yes.
We just got taken down on YouTube for that one. But fuck you, YouTube. We don't like you any
No, that was good
way.
material. I like how you did that.
Go ahead, Andrew. I know you wanted to say something weird. You can jump in, bro. What you say you wanted to say?
Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay, guys. It's really weird here now. It's not on the subject that you're speaking about. Yeah. Last December, I dropped down dead. And when I dropped down dead, it was I passed over the other side. And then when I passed over the other side, there's no politics, no colour, no money, no property. There's nothing like that. And I'd just like to say, what we all moaning about on this side of the world, and I was a Buddhist monk as well before. I've been a Buddhist monk for quite a long time before, but I've left the Buddhist monk temple. So it's there's no politics, nothing. So I think we shouldn't get too worried about on this side of the world about politics.
Right.
Well, we're talking about really coming together as like our own selves, like as people, as in like
Right.
as in how constitutions were written. My friend Andrew, how what is your like? It's literally has to be the first phrase of your like how the founding fathers of London said, well, we the people, like us in America, it's we the people, not you the fucking politicians. It goes, we the
Right.
people are in control. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And
no. Yeah, yeah,
that's how we're trying to come together
yeah.
now.
But,
Like that's
but,
what we're really
but, but,
talking about.
but if I can tell you from my heart, yeah, I'm totally right wing. From my heart, I've got a Thailand wife. I've been married for so many years. I'm an old man now, and my wife's an old woman, and we've been
Congratulations
married
for
for
that.
so many years. And it's a. But if you ask me from
Let
my
me ask you a
heart,
question
yeah,
though.
I'm totally
Why
right
are
wing.
you?
I'm totally
Let me
right wing.
let me ask you a
I'm
question.
against immigration. What's that, mate?
Who did you? Okay, so what does totally right wing mean to you?
That's a
Yeah.
good question.
Totally right wing is allow legal immigration in, not illegal immigration. So you've got America, all the illegals coming in. I say stop illegals coming in, send them back. Legal immigration. They get passports and they want to come to work and they get approved by the American
I don't
government.
think
They're
that you're
allowed.
extremely right. I think you're right in where you're in the middle of being right. You know, I think that
Yeah,
there's I think
yeah.
like people lost.
Same.
I think like they started making shit like that seem extreme, but that's not really
Right,
that
because that's where
extreme.
I was going with it. It's like why is following the rules of society considered right wing?
Yeah, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
extreme.
but
No, no,
guys,
there's
you got
And
to
I'm not
understand. I
saying
lived
you
in
I'm
Thailand
not
for
saying
25 years,
I'm not
so I'm
saying
in the
you
system.
yeah.
right. I'm not saying you associate yourself
yeah.
with
Right.
that or whatever. I'm just saying, isn't it crazy how today's polarization
Yeah.
of
Hmm.
society has created a right wing and a fucking left wing?
Yeah.
But also an
Yes,
extreme
yes,
right wing
yes.
and then an extreme
Yeah.
left wing
Yeah.
and then but in all reality what it was really based upon was a democratic republic with small government and
Yeah,
freedom
but I'm classed
afforded
as
to the people.
extremely right wing now because
No, 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 no,
I want to stop
no. You're in
illegals.
the middle.
No, see
You're
exactly. Yep.
you're in the middle like we are. We're the middle
Mhm.
too. We
Yeah.
like
Okay.
it's like it's give and takes. There's gives and
Yeah,
takes.
facts.
There is.
But you know
Yeah,
But
what? I've
legal, but
Balance.
the illegals, no, kick them back. Illegals, kick them back. They can't just
no. Hey,
Right.
you
come
know
and do
what I
what they
said the
want.
other day? This is
I
what I
agree.
said. I said, well, hey, look, how about this?
Mhm.
Take a plane, fly it
Yeah.
over certain areas, drop down pieces of paper that say, if you come across the United States border, you'll be fucking shot.
Mhm.
Okay? Make sure everybody's
Mhm.
aware of it. Put signs up and everything.
yeah,
It's much cheaper than what's going on right now.
it's
Put some
much
motherfucking
cheaper to
snipers up
yeah.
there. And if you come across the United States border knowingly,
Illegally.
you'll get shot. Illegal, you get shot. Or you get fucking kidnapped and you became made a goddamn slave. And I don't give a fuck if that sounds rude or
No, no,
mean or
no,
not.
wait,
And when
wait.
I say that type of shit, people say I'm right wing.
No, no.
Why the
What
fuck is
see,
that right wing? Am I
no,
fixing to let some motherfucker come off the street and come up in my motherfucking house? Fuck no, I'm gonna
yeah,
shoot your motherfucking ass. And I'm
yeah.
not right wing. I'm about it, bitch.
No, but Andrew.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
Andrew.
Like, if I'm like this, look, I'm not no fucking geeky ass rule follower, but goddamn, we got to have some rules in this bitch for shit to work right. And the Constitution is a pretty lenient motherfucker when it comes to rules, bro.
Dude,
You see
it
what I'm saying?
is. It
They want less
really
rules.
is.
The Constitution
Yeah.
wants less motherfucking rules and shit. But because someone is old school in their thinking like that, then I become right winged. And
No,
that's just
yeah.
fucking
You
crazy. You know what
become
I
the
mean?
right wing radical.
Yeah,
That's what they
yeah,
call
Right.
it.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, no, dude,
Yeah, but
back then, when fucking, okay, it sounds fucked up, but it was like it was an honorable thing, right? If you came to America, like fucking back in the 1901, during fucking World War One, the Great fucking War, the Great Depression, during World War One, you came to America, it was mainly Polish and Irish motherfuckers coming over
Yep.
here. So guess
100%.
what? Those motherfuckers were mainly the first fucking immigrants.
Hey.
And for that being that, we were like, oh, you want to become a U.S. citizen? Sign right here. Badass. Cool, you're a citizen now. And you're part of the U.S. military.
And on the other side of it, guess what? You know what they would call me? Because I feel like if we have enough food to feed everybody, there should be nobody hungry. And if we got enough empty houses to put people in. So just a couple stats that you may not know is that we have millions more cars than we do people walking. We have millions more homeless or empty homes than we have
Yeah.
homeless. Like we can fill all the homes with homes. So for me, they would call me right extremists because I think that nobody should be hungry because we got enough food to feed everybody. Like why? What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like I just don't think that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but then I would have to come in and say, but there are food stamps. Nobody really in the United States of America, unless you're a kid not being fed, there's no reason for somebody to go hungry. Also, the majority of people that are homeless, I hate to fucking be the dickhead right-wing extremist to say this, but the majority of homeless people want to be homeless.
I was just giving you an example. You know what I mean? But if I were to put what you were talking about and what I'm talking about together, wouldn't that be the most perfect society that you could?
Right, and that's why these motherfuckers don't want people talking about real shit and coming to real solutions. And then want everybody divided up like a crayon in a goddamn box with a fucking are you a dude or a girl symbol beside you? And did you suck dick while you were a senator or not? I don't give a fuck if Kamala Harris sucked 20,000 dicks. As long as she ain't do that shit while she was getting motherfucking paid, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if Donald Trump grabbed nobody by the goddamn pussy. Let him grab. As long as she ain't pressed charges, the fuck I got to worry about it for. Matter of fact, Donald Trump grabbing a pussy has nothing to do with me, even if he's a president. That don't have nothing to do with it. And the motherfucking president, the president hire book, that bitch does not say, as long as if you grab someone by the pussy, you can't be a president. That don't say that.
Can I tell you something? When he said grab her by the pussy, everybody fucking
took it literal.
No, not just literal. Everybody went to the dimension of South Park. They went into fucking imagination land, and they thought it actually fucking happened right there.
Yeah. Right. Like they were like, oh, he had somebody on that bus.
No.
I know it.
He was in the office when he said grab her by the pussy. So everybody literally thought at that moment, hey, dude, he grabbed a bitch by a pussy during a fucking interview. What the fuck? Like, everybody went there. They went there. They went to imagination land.
No, what's funny about it, what's the worst about it, okay, is that everybody in the age range of being interested in politics. So anybody in the age range of being interested in politics has grabbed them by the pussy before. I'm just saying. Unless you...
That's a fucking fact. That's a fact.
I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you hear someone say some shit like that, how is it like, oh, so crazy that he says some shit like that when he's a grown-ass man who likes to grab pussy? I like grabbing her by the pussy. I grab my wife by the pussy all the time. You know, ask her. You know, she can walk by me.
You make me laugh too much.
Hey, you know who would agree with us? You want to know who would agree with all of us? Fucking the lesbians. They'd be like, fuck yeah, I grabbed her by the pussy.
Hey, you know who else would agree? Jason would agree on this song. So look, since we're all men and we're talking about some real shit, man, but I got one question. And this question goes out. This is what Donald Trump would say right here. Think about it.
Quick smoke break. We'll reset the room, guys. Appreciate y'all for being here. We just want to go ahead and grab them by the pussy freely. We just want some real sovereignty in here. So check out the song and we be...
Shorty, I've been waiting. And I'm losing patience. I just wanna taste it. Come and sit it on my face like, ooh, you soaking, now what you gon' do? Baby, I got a question for you. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah. shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat when you wake, girl. You gon' let me fuck?
It's the way you move slowly, the way your body fit on me. Baby, feeling holy, yeah. Treat me like you're missing my touch every time you move up on me. Oh, I can't deny this energy. Put it all on me. Call me to the gates when you're pulling up. Staring at your face like you're getting up. Got a grip on me, holding tight, and you won't let go.
At this point, we got a dick sucker, we got a motherfucking pedophile, and we got a goddamn pussy grabber.
Hands on your waist, baby, take it slow.
What about me? What about me?
Tell her that I'll always keep you close. Baby, you know she got me, keep me up, yeah, every
You gon' let me fuck or
night.
what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up.
I'm voting Mel Gibson
Yeah,
next
I've been
year.
with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep
I'll
and
have a
repeat
white
when you
beater
wake,
up there
girl.
any
You
day.
gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tired of playing games. I just wanna fuck it up. Yeah, I've been with it all day. You gon' let me fuck or what? Yeah, shit, I'm tryna make a wave. Dive deep, let me put it in a grave. Go to sleep and repeat when you wake, girl.
All right, now look. Just because you grab him by the pussy, that doesn't mean that could be a grown woman. You know what I mean? Think about it. There's nothing wrong with grabbing a grown woman by the pussy.
You gon' let me fuck?
We locked up R. Kelly for fucking young girls. Not much of a challenge, mature I prefer. Boiler room fucking hot water pressure. Pull out the plunger, I'm ready to
We
work.
should
Call me
ask all
Super
the
Mario,
lesbians
I'm a
and have like
plumber. I toss your salad for
questionnaire,
my
you
own
know?
pleasure. She
Family
over
Feud
30,
question.
she wanted rougher. Squirt so much she fill up a whole pitcher. Running like Usain Bolt or a river. Sit on it, spit on it, just to be sure. I'm Michael Jackson and this is Thriller. Just resurrected, erection killed her. Body count, I feel like Jeffrey Dahmer. Used to be friends, David with Murr. Now we just bang, like popping balloons. Rain coming down like southwestern monsoons.
Hey, can I tell you something funny?
What's
I'm
up?
gonna make everyone die here. Watch. Okay, my cousin. He's gay and he's part of that big ass LGBTQ shit because of his boyfriend. Right? I literally said, like, they were bringing it up. They were bringing up the fucking politicians and shit. They're bringing up all of politics. And they're like, who you going for, man? I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for the moneymaker, dog. And they're like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, dude, like, I want money in my pockets, fool. I want money in my pockets. And that's how it should be, right? And that's how it should be. If I'm working fucking 50 to 60 hour days, I should be living like a fucking king. I should. So, like,
Yo.
if
But
that's being, and
let
I
me
told
say
them
this.
this.
I don't mean to change the subject or interrupt you, but it's fuck around, find out Tuesday, and we
No,
normally
I
talk
know,
about
I
a
know.
lot of things.
No,
so
but here's the fuck around, find out. Wait, Jason.
What up,
Here's the
what up?
fuck around and find out. I said, you heard what he said, right? And they're like, yeah. He said, grab him by the pussy. And I was like, yeah. It was funny because he was talking about the guys. So he was talking about a guy. So what if the other person fucking said, grab me by the man pussy, and that person was gay? Would that fool take the compliment, or would he fucking
Right.
get mad? And I was speaking in a real Dave Chappelle status. I was like, bro,
Yeah.
you're gay, and you like touching your fucking man pussy, right? And fucking right there, bro. He was just like, I never thought of it in that way, Kyle. I was
Right.
just like, that exactly, because you went into your fucking imagination and thought that was fucking happening at that exact moment. No, fool. He was just talking about that he beat everyone's ass in politics. And not just politics, he beat everyone's ass in business. So
Yeah, bro.
that was the rebuttal that I gave him. And he had nothing to say except, you know what, Kyle? You're right. I want my money. And I was just like, well,
Well, I mean, that's what we
Well,
said
I was
before,
like,
man. The
you
reason,
need
only
to
reason
read
why
your.
we really pay attention to these politics is because you need to know what to do with your money, really. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about. It's not the integrity is gone. The the
And
the the whole reason behind of why a republic exists and why the people should have more control and shit. Like, just think about it. So look, for fuck around, find out Tuesday, just to give a great example, because of the type of situation that we've allowed, like we the people have allowed our governments to do.
Yeah,
We now have AI reading license plates and cameras being set up everywhere. Like we talked about shit like this. Like, how unconstitutional is it to get a goddamn speeding ticket in the fucking mail? How fucking unconstitutional? Like, there's nothing makes sense anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing at all. And people are like, oh well, cameras like this have stopped murders or caught suspects in cars and blah 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 and all this extra fucking nonsense. But in all reality, it's just another thing to use to be able to control us. Like, all of
Hmm.
these cameras that we fucking got, but nobody caught the nigga if there was a person on the water tower. Nobody
And
seen that motherfucker up on the goddamn roof, or they said there people did. You know what I
Oh,
mean? And nobody did
oh,
anything. Like, all of these
oh.
cameras, everything that we're just doing. You know what I mean? Just to relate to what I fucked around and found out. But they've got like this new system to where even if you hide your license
Yeah, yeah,
plates,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, the cameras can identify
Jason.
who's in the car, which directions it's traveling, what kind
Yeah,
of car it is, how many, nigga. It can basically tell you if your tires is balanced or not, type shit. Like, the
yeah.
fucking shit is so sophisticated, right?
Jason,
but
Jason.
we don't know if it's Biden's dead or not. And then, remember I said to you, no, like I said online, I said, I just like they showed there was a Palestinian dude, I guess supposedly a Hamas terrorist, who had this girl's head in his hands and was talking about how he
yeah, and
was
they got
pissed.
13 too.
Right,
Every time you
because
see
he
that
was
number
pissed
13,
off,
suck a dick.
right, that they let Israel in the Olympics. Is he really that mad that they let Israel in the Olympics, that he decapitated a woman, right?
Right.
So wait though. So he's that mad. He decapitated this woman. He puts it up to the camera. Now this is in fucking HD, and you're telling me we got software that can recognize a person driving a car from a street camera, but we don't have the facial recognition technology that knew who that girl was as soon as he put that face on the camera.
Hey, you know what?
Bullshit.
I can tell you we 100% do, because
I
in China,
know.
people wear
Oh, really?
masks 99% of the time, but everything's facial recognition. Explain that to me.
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
there's
here's
there's
another one.
there's
Here's
facial
another one.
recognition that just uses biometrics, which is your fucking eyes, and they don't even really go for your face.
Bro, that shit is so
You want
crazy,
to know
bro.
where they have that technology? And it made me laugh. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, going to UPS Intergrad to become a driver, and I'm going through a fucking Walmart, and they have the camera, and it says our technology is like we have facial recognition now. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a fucking mask or not. We know who
Exactly.
Right.
you are.
Right. Well, the
And
cameras that I'm talking about, I
and
think
I was like,
they were setting up in Georgia, Nove. I think they were in somewhere in Georgia. It was a high crime area,
yeah,
type
I'm
shit.
sure
But
it's Atlanta area.
yeah, and what's
Atlanta's an
wild about them is that
experiment
they can
fucking zoo.
identify who's in the car. That's what
yeah,
had me. I'm like, so not only could they be like, oh yeah, this is a Lexus da 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 with da da. This is the license plate. This is the VIN number of that. This is this car because it was in an accident. If it still had damage from an accident, like it could literally give details, all that details, as well as, you know what I mean, what direction it's headed in and all that other shit. But it could tell who was in the car. And that's what had me fucked up. And I'm just like, well, damn, if we got facial recognition of this shit that could tell what's in the car, but these motherfuckers got this dude on TV supposedly or broadcasting somewhere that with a decapitated head, talking about he's some kind of Palestine terrorist, and that was a real fucking head. I don't believe any of this shit no more. I swear to God, it was 1984 George Orwellian, because what they're telling me is that you could recognize who a person is in a vehicle from many feet away, but you can't recognize this head that he just showed to the camera.
Right.
I
It's
don't
even
believe
more
this shit,
proof that
man.
just
Yeah.
even more way to lean towards like everything is about money, and some parts of government literally can't afford some technology, or they don't want to bite the bullet and pay the money to use it for certain things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
man.
look at it's
Because
like
we do have the technology to be able to find out. Look, if they could find a motherfucker like, McAfee, or if they could find somebody like, um, shit, they found, man, bro, they find fucking Osama bin Laden. Like, if they could, and I don't even believe that shit, but anyway, if they could find so many fugitives,
Yeah,
right,
man.
that know how to hide and all this shit, like, you're telling me that some dude with a goddamn rifle that's brave enough and savage enough to cut some heads off, he's also smart enough to fucking duck the fucking CIA? I don't think
Right.
so.
Yeah, bro.
I don't
I
think
can't
so.
believe,
oh
because that's
no.
not.
After
No,
what
go ahead,
Trump
coach.
did, fuck no. After
Right.
what Trump did, and they were talking about what Trump did during his one-on-one talk with those Islamic fucking bastards.
Right.
This motherfucker was like, I will bomb the shit out of you and your whole fucking bloodline. He gave him a fucking satellite picture and walked the fuck out of the room. When you have that happen, you fucking know your life is on the fucking line.
Yeah, and you also know that the technology is there,
Yeah.
available
Right.
At any fucking
to
time.
find anyone,
Right.
hear anyone talking, see anyone doing anything. They got shit that looks through walls. They got shit that they can pull
But that,
conversations out of rooms that they ain't even nobody in the room no more.
bro.
Like, this shit is real stuff.
Yeah, just
And
looking up
so,
the technology. I can't remember the patent number, but they've been pulling conversations out of rooms for a long time now. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That ain't fucking because of vibration and frequency. They understand some shit that 250 years ahead. The technology the government normally has available is about 250 years ahead of where
Yeah.
we are right now. So
Yep.
picture when we were just doing the car, but that's why you remember the great carnivals and shit that we used to have.
yeah,
And shit like that. That
yeah. Go ahead,
technology was
Andrew.
crazy.
Just
What
jump
up,
in,
Andrew?
man.
Jump in, Andrew. What's
All
up?
right, man. Yeah. I would just like to tell you all here, yeah. I was born in South Africa, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was, and then I went to Rhodesia, and I was living under apartheid. And I'm a white person. My dad's black, but I was like born white. So I got a white mother. I used
So
to
you,
have to go on the buses. I have to go on the buses, sit on the back of the buses, yeah, with the black people, because I was classed as black. And then we moved to Jamaica. Then we moved to Jamaica Rose Hall and lived down Main Street, and then went to London. That's when I went to school in London. But all I'm saying is yeah, we got to give everybody a chance. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry because I've had a stroke, and so my speech is slurred. We have to give everybody a chance, and but I still want to say Kamala Harris no, and Donald Trump no, and that's from the outside.
And you're right, but
It's
I think that we can run it ourselves, like as the people, like for example,
people
man, we
need to
could.
sort it out. Don't you?
Man,
You need to sort it out as American people because the American people are allowing these false people
Americanism.
to go to be your leader, and we all know now the leader isn't the leader of America no more. There's all the people behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah,
That's
no,
it.
you're right, Andrew. No, Andrew, 120% correct. Like everyone was like not just everyone, like because there were those who were like kind of fucked up, sick in the head because those are the lazy fools. Like they didn't want to work because they're entitled Americans. And those motherfuckers were the ones that needed like shut the fuck up, dog. No, my dog barked. Dude, and they need to fucking step back and like
Well, I mean,
smell the fucking working
it's
roses.
all right. So it's already been broken down, man. We already know Israel controls everything. Okay, so both parties, the biggest donors, they're Israel citizens of Joe Biden and Donald
It's
Trump.
about money.
It has never
Sinkai, it's
the
about money. It's the money
okay.
coming in.
For sure,
That's
but
all it is
check
about.
this. Check this though. The last time that a president tried to get APAC to register as a foreign entity, they ended up dead the next day.
JFK.
So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You could tell a foreign entity has been running the United States of America for a long time, and you can always tell that.
Just look
because-
it up.
Yeah,
Look at APAC and look who they donate to.
Yeah, well,
And
APAC
look at
don't-
their percentage rate. Look at the percentage rate of APAC and who they donate to and
Yes.
who wins.
You
It's
can go,
fucking
you could
outstanding.
Go,
No,
on
no,
their
no.
website,
Wait,
they're
Jason.
bragging. They say they have 98% of they've paid 98% of our politicians. There's 2% of our politicians that are in office in Congress currently that have not taken a check from APAC.
And
that's
those are the ones
Jason.
saying free Palestine.
No, yeah, look at Jason. Here, when you said it was Israel that was in control, actually it's wherever. I actually followed the breadcrumb trail, and it was this. And I'm not fucking around. It was Great Britain who donated money to fucking Israel because after the fucking World War II bullshit, so they donated all that money and people they threw all the fucking Jews in Israel. And for that happening, what had happened was all the money was going to Israel because we were trying to like put it all back together and rescue, right? Exactly. Like fucking rescue dogs. Exactly. We put Israel in a fucking pound situation. And then after that happened, we were like, all right, you guys are on your own. Fucking good luck. Like US and the world, we left them behind, and then their money was fucking dwindling because they didn't know what the fuck was going. They didn't know how to fucking like come together as people. They were just all fighting each other and pissed off because too many people were living in one fucking place.
There's a bigger issue behind that goes back to world. Goes back to world. That goes back to the war as well as to Russia too.
But But then all the money, like when they ran out of money, the world people knew that they were gonna fucking run out. So they started
They never ran out of money, bro. We was always paying Israel. We have never not been paying Israel.
No, the world was always funding Israel. The whole world.
The United States mainly.
United States mainly, yes. Because of some stupid shit they were saying. They were saying, oh, let's feel sorry for
that's
them.
because
But that's not what it
that's
was
because
about.
they run our politics. That's because everybody who's in our politics is a Zionism. Is Zionist.
Well, look
a
at
Christian
all that-
Zionist or a Jew Zionist. There's some form of Zionist, and they've always been in charge of the whole shit because they've always had the money.
But look, it's funny because it's like this too. We go like this though. We go, all right, if you want us to help and fight and help you guys, well, you're going to have to pay. So that means all that money that they have has to come back to us.
It's not though, because.
But let me ask you a question real quick. So what year period are you talking about that they as in the Jewish people were running out of money?
It was, dude, the era was dirt, like right after fucking World War II.
Nope.
They're trying to find out. Yes.
No, because Germany was ordered to pay restitution and reparations to the Jewish people and to a bunch of the allies because of World War I and II. And so
is that really all going to pay for everything? Because that debt was a fucking very small debt. They thought, you think it's big? No, that's from how much the money is.
Recently, like they only just finished paying it, like 2005.
Well, I'm just talking about like stuff that I've researched is that I'm not putting any value on. I can tell you the dollar amount that the reparations were for, but that's that's one of the main reasons why the people of Germany were so ready to go to war and get behind this Hitler guy and that whole movement, that Nazi movement, because they were ordered. The young generations were having to pay reparations to people that they never even harmed. It would be like in the United States, people having to pay reparations to black people because of slavery, when a lot of black people weren't even involved in slavery,
No,
and
it's
a lot of white people didn't even
I
fucking
mean,
own
it's
slaves.
No,
even more as
besides
simple
that,
as that, though. No, it's
besides,
even just more as
here's
simple
the
as that.
simple part.
APAC is a foreign
I'm
entity.
to
Yeah.
The
you
Jewish
here.
people, the
Yeah.
Jewish people have
Yeah,
never
it's huge,
the
dog.
the Jewish people have never ran out of money. They've always been the ones that were in control of money. That's what
No,
they're.
they know how to hide their money.
Yeah. They know how to hide their money. But right, let me just speak 1 minute because I
Royal.
don't speak a lot.
Go for it, man.
It was I'm English. It was England, Britain that started the Jewish state of Israel because and the British
Yes.
Army
and
was
with
there.
and
They
with
are, and
and
I'm
with
British. They are the ones that caused the
No.
problems. They
and
are the
with the
ones that caused problems.
and with the bank.
I'm cutting
That
off
was
now. I'm cutting off. Yeah.
that was because the money came from the Bank of England, which was created by Rothschild, and it wasn't even a Bank of England. They just called it that, and that was the actual Federal Reserve or the central bank for England, and that is what funded the movement of Israel. You can go back and look at the
No, but
documents.
that was before Israel was fucking. That was before fucking we let all the Jews in Israel.
Well, most Jews fled Europe and came to the United States and went to China and all around the world.
Yeah, they
New
did.
York
They did.
City,
No, that's
New
a
York
fact.
City,
That is a
New York.
fact.
They made in Israel, and the Americans said no. It was nearly England and America nearly went to war over that. But England backed down.
Yeah. See? So it was America and Israel.
What are you
that were
saying C
funding-
for? Like
we
you
were
just proved me
funding each
wrong
other.
or some shit. I just proved you wrong. What are you talking about?
No. We funded each other.
No, we didn't fund the goddamn thing. The motherfucking Bank of England funded all this goddamn shit, which was ran and owned by Jewish people.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
Hitler.
the Bank of
That's why
England
Hitler.
funded
Hold up.
The Bank of
Now, hold
England
up.
funded it
Hold on,
all.
guys.
Hold up. That's why Hitler went and hit them places because that's where the other central banks were.
You
Yeah,
did
the
kinda-
Bank
you
of
did
England
put me in my
funded
place.
it.
You did put me in my
Bank
place.
of England funded it all, exactly. And
No,
who started the Bank of England? Where did interest rates come from?
Dude, those motherfuckers came out of nowhere. They came from fucking.
No, it came from the Rothschild.
They came from ancient
England.
Which
Khazaria,
his
right?
actual name was Bauernstein, and he changed it to Rothschild because the Bauernstein name was associated to the Khazarian Empire, which was the ones that ran the goddamn Soviet Union the fuck in the dirt and paid the Bolshevik Jews to take over and start the gulags, and then they started going into Germany. I know what I'm talking about, bro. So we could talk, but don't ever say see, because you ain't proved me wrong, homie.
No, you
The-
did.
But let me back.
brother.
Bank of England was not a private entity then. It was a private entity, the Bank of England.
It always
wasn't
has
tied to
been.
the government or anything.
Same
That's
thing
just
as
like
as a Federal
Andrew.
Reserve.
And that's how the
Andrew.
East India Company come about and everything like that.
Yeah.
The Bank of England was a private entity.
Exactly.
And the Bank of England even had their own arm.
Well, guess
Right.
what?
Well,
Guess what?
guess what? The Federal Reserve of the United States of America is not part of the government, and they have their own army too. It's called the United States military.
And guess what?
Yeah.
And
No,
on
he's
top
right,
of that,
he's
guess what? And on top of that, you know what I mean?
You stomped me out.
The fucking shit is still ran by the same people. It's the same
Yeah,
families
exactly.
that's always ran it. It's not anybody different. So it's like that we've always
and
been in
forth.
the big interest of these big bankers. And like that shit goes for every industry in everything that's happened, like even from movies, TV, everything that they've shown us. Like I'm telling y'all, is ran literally by
Like,
this same
think-
group of individuals.
Think about think about the presidents. Listen to this, y'all. Okay, World War II. It was Stalin.
Stalin.
There
Yup.
was Lyndon Johnson.
Yeah.
There was Winston Churchill. Okay, those three motherfuckers right there are the one of the main reasons why this shit continued on. If those motherfuckers wouldn't gotten involved and they would have let Hitler do his goddamn thing, what the fuck he was doing, I hate to say it, but shit would be different. And I'm not saying people
bro.
deserve to die and all that
bro,
shit.
but listen, that could be, bro. Listen, bro. Let's just be honest, all right? We don't know how true any of that story is anymore.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying, bro. It's all been discredited. What we do know is that there is a group of people who've been kicked out of 1,001 kingdoms since their existence has
Right.
been recorded.
Yeah.
The same group of people have been kicked out of every single kingdom on earth for the same exact thing 1,001 times, which was usury, loaning the people money against money, taking over all the land, trying to compete with the king, and the king rounds them up, throws them out of the country. They go to the next country and do it again. And then the king
And from goddamn from shit that don't even fucking ain't worth a fucking thing, bro.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Fiat
Let's
currency
keep,
ain't worth a fucking
and I'm
thing.
telling you, and we're going all the way back. Let's go all the way back to
Big
their
high crew. Big high
origins.
crew.
And
Fucking love you,
hold
bro.
on, hold on. Let's go all the way back to their origin in ancient Khazaria, where they were stuck between the Christians and the Muslims. And they were the type of people who weren't warriors. They were lawmakers, they were politicians, they were bureaucrats, they were traders, investors, they were all of that shit. They weren't warriors. When they needed the tough work done, they hired Africans and they hired Vikings and they hired warrior tribes to do their bidding because they were not warriors. They were there for another purpose. The
And
problem
they got
being
scared.
Yeah.
between the Muslims and the Christians, who were both willing to kill niggas for their God, they were stuck between a rock and a fucking hard place. The only way to get out of that type of situation is to say, "Oh, we're Judaic." So that means because both
And
of
then it
those
was and also, bro, what was it? It was like, well, shit. The motherfucking Muslims will kill you quicker than the Christians will. We're gonna say
Yeah.
Judeo-Christian and go with the
Yes.
Christians.
Yes.
It's
That's
like,
exactly what the
it's like
fuck happened.
It's like the opposite happened, huh? It's
Yeah,
like
and
now
then- yes,
now the
but
Muslims
then-
will fucking blow up for anything.
But bro, see, that's because of what's been happening. Everything
Yeah.
has been hijacked by this group of people, and then these people try to say, "Oh yeah, the white people went into Africa, stole people, and then took them those people across the world, leaving themselves out of the story that the Atlantic slave
Somebody brokered the
trade."
goddamn deal,
Yes,
bitch.
the Atlantic slave trade was a whole deal brokered by the fucking Judeo
Khazarians.
Christians, aka the Khazarians, aka Dave, aka
AKA Israelites.
Hold on.
AKA, you can take it all the way back.
Bro, Nimrod's kids, aka
There you go.
Dan's children. If you're talking about the 13 tribes of Israel, there's 13, not 12, motherfucker.
And that's why that number 13 always pops up too. Trump almost got killed on what day? The third fucking team. Look it up, y'all. Right now, Google the number
It was the
13
13th. It
and
was the
every
13th.
well, think about it. There was 12 apostles and was one Jesus. That made 13 also, bro. We could go down the motherfucking list of the reason why 13 is always used. When the United States pulled out of Afghanistan, how many motherfuckers died? 13.
Hey,
We
how
could
many
just go
houses-
13
hold on,
all day.
Recently, with that recent
Kennedy's
decapitation,
assassination?
right? Hold on. That
Right.
recent decapitation. There was a decapitation that was just happened.
No, hold on.
today.
Let Kyle say what he was about to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. You said JFK's assassination, what?
No, Jeff, was his date the 13th?
Yo,
I don't know,
13
man.
hostages in that decapitation.
No.
Just that video that we were just talking about. There's 13 hostages. Like, what the fuck is up with the 13? Does anybody believe that maybe it's one group fucking communicating with another group?
Bro, the wild
Or letting
child
somebody
said,
know
I've
some shit?
traced our lineage back to Nimrod, and people have not flipped their shit about it. There's no way, right? There's no way. Okay, that's like somebody looking you dead in your face and say, I traced my lineage back to Emperor Palpatine of the evilest motherfucker ever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, whoa.
And then that's like them selling you a Christmas tree
Yes.
and you putting that motherfucker up in your motherfucking house, not knowing that you're fucking worshiping the
Nimrod.
motherfucker that they came from and they fucking hate you.
Yep.
Ain't that some shit?
Oh, no.
It is, bro. Bro,
No,
I'm
that's
telling
right.
you,
Kennedy-
And what did it come from? The worship of what planet?
Saturn.
Like, bro, do some research on Saturnalia. Bro, this shit is so fucking deep, man. So that's why them crazy sounding people, when they start talking about this is spiritual war, it so much is.
Can
It's a war
I
of race.
speak, please?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah. It's my father was from the Zulu tribe. Yeah, and my
Oh,
mother was white. Yeah, and he was Zulu. And then, but for some freak reason, I come out more white than fucking black, and
well, that's just
I
because of
don't
how it
know why.
worked, brother.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
and
you and Kamala, bro. You and Kamala.
no, I ain't Canada, but
No,
it's
I said you
but
and she came out light.
no, yeah. But my mother died of cancer. Yeah, so my mum died of cancer when I was a young age. Yeah, and so my father didn't know what to do, so he flew me to Jamaica. He got family in Jamaica, so went there. But when I was in Africa, before I went to Jamaica, it was in London. It's I went to Rhodesia, and you know the most degrading thing ever in my life, yeah. It's going with my dad, yeah, and then the white people sitting on the bus, yeah, and because it's Rhodesia, yeah, and I ain't got a white card, my dad ain't got a white card. Indians are before us because Indians are higher class than us. We have to sit on the back of the bus, and I can never get over that in my life. I can never get over that in my life. It just hurt me to this day. Anyway, I'm going to finish now.
No,
Oh,
that's
let's go.
interesting though because it's like, uh, you know, there's never any talk. There's all kinds of talk about what white people do to Africans in Africa. There's all kind of talk about what white people, and when I say white people, obviously not Americans. I'm talking about English or German. You know what I'm saying? And so there's all the talk about that in the world, but there's never any talk about Indians being racist against and being more wealthy and being in more powerful positions in Africa.
Yeah, yeah. When in Africa, when they had the apartheid, yeah, because I'm old, I'm an old granddad here, yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm
Hmm.
a lot older than all of you, yeah. So in apartheid, yeah, you had right, you had the white people, you have the Indians, and you have the blacks. So if you was born with a black parent, yeah, you're down the bottom. If you're Indian, you're born in the middle. If you're white, you're born at the top. And so I was down the bottom, and because I got a black dad, I never fault my dad for that. It's but at the end of the day, that's how it was in apartheid. I lived under apartheid.
Yeah, I read about that, and that shit was shitty, man. And you're right. The a lot of times people don't, the whole story is never really told, and I think
Yeah,
that's what got
man.
us all fucked
Yeah,
up because nobody
I
knows
cried lots of
what the
times.
real. Yeah, because if you ask a black person in America, right? You know what I mean? They like to call black people African Americans, but we all know that there was people here before Christopher Columbus got here. You know what I mean? But if for some reason there's no documentation of it, there's none of that. But I don't believe that. I think everything was well documented. I just think all of it is fucking hidden from us because if we don't know who we really are, then they can get us to behave how everybody else is behaving. You know what I mean? How people are just so fucking acting so fucking retarded and stupid. You
Yeah,
know what I
heck
mean?
yeah.
It's just like Noah was just said. It's his story. His story. It's not our story. You know what I mean? Like, and we just been blindly following a lot of shit that they've said. Like the
Jason, Jason,
yeah,
Jason,
yeah.
Jason. Let me stop you, man. Yeah, right. You get on a bus, yeah, and there's all these white people in front of you. You got to go sit on the back of the bus. How do you feel? Because that was degrading. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, bro. I've been discriminated against many times in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
no. But every time you get on the bus, mate, you got to go sit on the back of the bus because you're not entitled to sit on the front of the
oh,
bus.
for sure, bro. Like,
Yeah.
look,
I was only a kid, like 6 years
I was
old,
faced with
mate.
more of
I was
this.
only
Since I was born in '87, I was faced with more with, the reason why my name is Jason is so that I can get a job because they're not going to
mm,
hire a Daquan or a Deshaun or a
Nope. That's
or,
true.
uh,
or you know what I'm saying? So my name is
uh,
Jason because my fucking parents were like, nah, this nigga need to get a job. So in order to get a
I
job in
understand.
America's society, the way it was,
Yeah.
I couldn't have a name like
Right.
Antoine.
And hey, and can I give you like a little bit, not you, Jason, but just like
Yeah.
Andrew, like so like some of the thinking of Americans, right? It would be like the reason why the person wouldn't get. Now, I'm not saying Daquan never gets a
Right,
job,
right.
okay? But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying if you got Jason, the name Jason versus the name
On
Daquan,
application.
the person that's looking at them
Jason,
names,
isn't it? It's Jason, isn't it? It's Jason. I employed Jason,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep.
right? But and so why though? Because the thinking is that Daquan's parents come from the ghetto, and that's going to be trouble. Jason's parents, even if they're black, they're not in the ghetto.
Yep.
And so it's not about race, it's about money.
Yep.
Always.
Absolutely.
It's never, I know it seems like it, and
Yeah,
I'm not
picture
saying
this,
you're
picture
saying,
this.
Andrew, I'm not saying, bro,
Nah.
because I have no idea what
Yeah,
you're
I
going
understand,
through.
man.
I'm not trying to say,
what you're saying,
no,
man.
but I'm also agreeing with what you're saying is like,
Yeah, I am.
that's
I
got to
agree
be
too.
degrading. You know what I mean? And it
Think
is
about
degrading.
this. Hold
And
on,
it
no.
makes you, over time, it makes you feel like less of. I get it.
I don't even know if
Don't
I
get me
ever-
wrong.
If I ever
But
told you
I'm
that.
also saying that in America, racism, modern racism today is
Facts.
not about race so much
At
as
all.
it's about money.
Absolutely, absolutely. But let me tell you this though. You know, it's just degrading as well to be a human, right? And you go to a job interview and you're sitting in the location, right? And they come out and you see the manager who's supposed to give you the interview, and they come out and they look and they don't see a little white boy sitting there, so they go back in the office. And they come out and they go back and they come out 3 times before they come over and they say, "Hey, are you Jason?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Jason." Like,
And then
that
they're
shit
like,
is
"What? Nah."
Yeah, they did.
Like, hold
that.
up. Let me make sure we still got time for this shit. Hold on just a
Right,
second.
and that's why I'm like, damn, like I feel you, bro. Like having to get to the back of the bus, being treated like, bro. I went to, I graduated like all my life. I lived in the hood, and my mom falsified my information on my school application so I could go to the better schools because
Right.
the schools were so bad in the inner
And-
cities.
You know what, man? And I think one of the best ways to like communicate about stuff like that is to do it I know it's weird, but do it in a comical way, because
Absolutely,
that allows people to admit
Yeah.
that what you're saying is true, but not taking it on as their fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people, most people that are looked at as racist, just as a stereotype, not by person, aren't racist. And so when you get them into a situation to where they have to like show you that they're not racist, then
Jason,
it
you're
makes them
racist.
feel kind of way.
I'm racist as fuck, bro.
But yeah, so it's the racism thing, man. It sucks that these politicians pull that shit in there
Hey,
too.
what's
You know
so
what I mean?
funny
Because
that you
think
say
about
that,
it.
No, because I found out today that technically, right? I'm gonna put a picture in the chat, right? Listen, I'm gonna put a picture in the
I
chat.
can't put a picture in the chat. I don't even know how to do.
Technically, we are all shades of wheat. Technically,
Right?
if you want to be technical,
I
there
saw
is
that
no,
color theory you had
there
put
is
there.
no black.
Let's see a
There is
picture.
no,
How
yeah, there is.
the hell did you get a picture on here? I can never do a picture here.
Bro,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
making
looking
me
now.
you're making me think
But-
about the video
Hold
game
on,
in South Park, bro.
Hold on, Andrew. Let me help you out. Look, you gotta push. When you
This
push
is too high tech for me. This is too high tech. You're going high tech.
Oh, just Andrew, just push when you input the message. Just push that, and on the right side it should be a picture icon, and you can just click that.
Yeah,
You should be
I see it, yeah, but it's
able-
fucking all right. It's too high tech for me. I live in Southeast Asia and in jungle. I live in a jungle here.
Hey,
It's,
that's what's
and I've
up.
got Wi-Fi.
Hey Jason,
Yeah.
hey
Really,
Jason, that shit would be
What
funny
up,
on
bro?
every block that has a different color. It tells you if you're not this color, you're pretty much gonna get your ass kicked.
It's just, but we all shades of wheat though. Look at that. Like, come on. Like, basically, like shit. You can't even argue that.
think this is too high tech for me. Jason's going too high tech. I live in jungle out in Cambodia borders, Thai Cambodia borders. Jason's going too high tech. So I
You
need to let
gotta
you speak.
have the other color variation when you're getting fucking
Hey,
sunburned.
Right.
hey, Andrew, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Were there Chinese soldiers just killing off Buddhist monks a couple years ago, like in masses.
No. You got the
See,
Muslims down the Malaya border killing the Buddhist monks. I think I told you
Oh
before.
shit.
I was a Buddhist monk before. Yeah, so on the Malaysian border, you got them killing the Buddhist monks. But I've been a Buddhist monk for 2 years, and I was a monk for 2 years. So if any of you got a
well,
Facebook account, yeah, I'm a white person, yeah, because my dad's black, but I just popped out white for some reason, and it's but it's so if anybody got Facebook, I'll send you pictures of me as a monk in a temple.
okay, cool.
What
I
up,
was just
Art?
wondering because that's one thing that we had that was going around America for a while during I think it was during the COVID thing,
Nah,
and it
no,
was
no,
just
no,
it
that
was
one
just like probably just propaganda, probably just
in Malaysia, Thailand borders, they kill the Buddhist monks. But then you got in Burma, there's big problems in Burma next door, where a lot of people get killed next door.
and okay. So let me ask you this: then why are
Mhm.
monks specifically targeted? Just because of
Well,
the religion? Is it
If
religion?
they're Muslims, yeah, if they're
Okay,
Muslims, they don't believe in the Buddhist religion and they just want to destroy them.
okay, I got you.
So
Yeah.
that's
See that that's
That's
why I
crazy,
love
the
this
man.
show,
reason
man,
they
because we
want to
get
destroy
people
them.
from all over the world and then we can actually ask
Yeah, man.
people the questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can ask them directly, like, oh, you're from this place? Well, we were reading over here in America that this and this, and then normally it's always fake. Like there's a girl named Tick, and we were asking her, she's from Mexico. We say, are there Mexicans coming across the border? She said, no, there's everything but Mexicans coming across the border
Right.
Yeah,
because
But
Jason.
she's like,
Yeah.
she works on the border getting people aside, getting people in and out of the United States. Like
Yeah.
that's what she does
Yeah.
for a job. Like she's a
or the
translator.
other day, man. The other day we had an Australian Jewish Australian guy get on the show, right?
Yeah.
And he tried to tell us why COVID was something and why these shots worked and why he did it. He said he did it so he could protect old people. And I asked him, I said, "What the fuck you have to take a shot for?
Yeah.
If they take their shot, they're protected. Why do you need to take your shot?" I said, "That just seems like somebody's just playing on your good heart to get you to do some shit that you don't even need to do." And at the end of it, he was basically like, "Look, I'm a Jewish Australian, one of those people you've been talking about," and he basically admitted that me and Jason had broke him down to he was just doing it off of fear. He was making all his decisions off of fear.
Yeah.
And he straight up told us it was fucking real weird in Australia, and you couldn't do things. You could only travel certain far a distance from your house, and only for a certain amount of time. And that was after he came in all high and mighty. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. He was
I
saying
guess we
he
had
felt
said
like
something that
well no, because we were saying how, you know what I mean, we said that the Australians were really nice people. You know what I'm saying? And like we kind of like it wasn't. I think he kind of took it as we were calling Australians weak, but we were just saying that they're locked down. Their lockdown was way different than anybody
yeah
else's lockdown. That's what we were
Yeah.
talking about. We were our lockdown. We still did what the fuck we wanted, and if they said put on a mask, I just said fuck you and kept going the
yeah.
fuck. And nobody, I didn't get
I
arrested
ain't
or
wearing
nothing
a
like that.
mask. I went in places and it was like you have to have a mask on. I said, "What the fuck ever, man?" And I just
Right,
kept
bro.
walking,
I had
bro.
a baby during COVID, and every time I came in that bitch, they were like, I would wear a mask, but I never had it over my face. I'm like, listen, I'm like, you just told me I have to wear it. You never told me I had to wear it on my face, so I'm wearing it. Now leave me the fuck alone. It's around my neck. All right, now leave me the fuck. They would just leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Like me,
Yeah,
I'm a black dude, and I kind of got that stare when it's like, bitch, I don't got time. But they're trying to, oh, well, you can't go back here. You can't come back here into the. I
He
can't go
was
here.
I'm a
Jason
white
was
dude, and I
saying
got that stare too.
I know you
Ja-
do.
Don't.
Jason was
Hey,
saying his
that's an
dad.
American stare over here, goddamn. That's a bitch. Fuck you! I ain't wearing that goddamn mask. You better get the fuck off me. Get the fuck around from me. I'm gonna beat your motherfucker. Man, let me go home before I catch a case, bro.
No,
Fuck this
no, dude,
goddamn place.
Jason busted a fucking Kenny's dad. He was like, "So what am I gonna do with this fucking chin diaper then?"
Right.
Yeah, no, you know what?
Exactly.
Jason told him. Jason said, "Bitch, I'll pull a John Q in this motherfucker."
I did. I said, "Oh, you don't want, we in the hospital?" They was like, "Oh, you can't come back here with your son unless." I said, "Oh, do you want me to John Q this bitch?" And she's like, "Excuse me." I said, "I act a fucking fool in here, lady. Like, we not about to do this today with me and
Oh,
my
you should
baby.
have fucked
I'm
with. You
going
should have
back in there.
equalized it.
I'm about to watch this fucking birth live and direct, bitch. What the fuck?" My wife's like, "Yeah, I'm not pushing this baby out. I'll go to another hospital. I won't let him come out. I won't let him come out. We going somewhere else. Like, bitch, he
Right.
ain't coming back here. Ain't nobody." And then
Like
for his
hey,
first
just cause the baby was born here, that don't make y'all the motherfucking owner of this bitch. Goddamn it, I'm still the parent,
bro, the
motherfucker.
first appointment,
Jason.
they were like, Jason, they were like, "Sir, I'm sorry, you can't come back for the first appointment. We can only let one adult come back." I said, "Well, then he don't need no fucking appointment," and we left.
Hey, Jason, I
Yeah.
got a good fucking story for you. You ready for this shit?
Huh.
It's fucked up, but it's funny. It's gonna blow your mind. Watch. It was during COVID, during the COVID shit, and they weren't letting this fucking brother fucking go into the hospital to see his baby being born. I even asked him, why is he so down? I was like, "What's up, man? Why are you so down?" He's like, "These motherfuckers won't let me go see my baby." And I was like, "Oh, dude," I was like, "Here, fool, I'm about to change that real quick. Come with me." And he literally
You,
came with me. And
Kyle was like, "Look, I look white. I'm really half Mexican, but I look white. So stick with
I was
me,
like,
and you'll be good,
I can
motherfucker."
tell he have Mexican. I can tell he have Mexican the way he say food. He's like, "Come on, fool."
I
I'm
threw a
finna, hey, I'm finna pull the white card on him. Goddamn it!
I
Come
did
on,
no,
let's go.
I threw the white card, but also the common sense card. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, I was like, when you look, I was like, yo, let this brother go see his fucking baby. I was making an issue for him. I was like, let the homie see his fucking baby, because he
Right.
deserves to see his baby, because that's his fucking baby. Not just that, he's a family man.
Right.
That's his fucking wife. Bro, that means he's a fucking normal fucking
Bro,
guy, just like
they
the
did
rest of us.
everything they can during COVID to separate the husband from the wife because they was on some bullshit, bro. Because
This is when they're being super fucking racist. You know what I mean?
yeah, they were being
Super
bro.
racist.
Listen. Let me tell you
And they
how
were like,
racist,
no, they thought he was gonna bring the crack cocaine or something inside or
bro.
something. And I was
Bro,
like, dude, let this guy in.
bro, this
I
is
was
how
like,
racist they were, bro.
he's not gonna steal any of your fucking opioids. He doesn't want that shit. He wants to see his fucking baby.
They were
And
they
when I
weren't
said
letting
that,
they
they let
weren't
him
let
in, dude.
they weren't letting white women who had babies with white men get their tubes tied. So I'm not saying that they weren't letting, as in like if you demanded it that they wouldn't do it. What I'm saying
They
is
just
that
wasn't suggesting the shit.
they would
Oh,
if yeah, like because we had a friend
I know
who
what
had a
you mean.
baby
I know
and she was
exactly
like
what you mean.
they I told them I wanted my tubes tied and they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Are you?" And then they made me talk to a counselor and shit. They made her go through like a psyche evaluation before they allow her to get her fucking tubes tied. But when my wife dropped the little mixed baby out, they said, "You want your tubes tied, ma'am?" That shit was hilarious. I was fucking crying. Like, oh, they asked you immediately, huh? They don't want your ass popping out. No more brown nigga babies.
Shit.
Because my
God
wife is
damn.
Italian, you know what I'm saying? So my wife's Italian, and these motherfuckers, they was like, they offered immediately. My wife's like, nope, I don't want my tubes tied. And they was kind of, it was just a weird
White,
situation.
white baby, like pale babies, but with the curliest fucking hair ever.
Yeah, but my kids mixed as hell, but you could tell that they, you know what I mean. That you could tell they got the lip, you know what I mean. You could just tell by the facial structure, like, all right,
Oh
she,
yeah,
her,
yeah, yeah. Like,
her
dude, my homie, I have a homie, best friend.
yeah, you can
Fucking, he's my
ain't
guy.
no,
He's
you
my
know what I mean.
guy.
You know they mix, but look,
Yeah.
by 2025, you know, actually next year, National Geographic already showed like everybody in the world, the average person is going to be like that color. I
A
mean, the
straight
color of
mud.
a mixed person, yeah, because
Straight
Hmm.
mud.
it's inevitable, man. Come on, bro. Like, let's just say this: 100 years
Well, hey,
ago,
think
I
about
could have
this.
been a white man. Think about
Think
it,
about
100 years
this.
ago,
Yeah, true.
Think
my baby
about
could have
like
been white. Yeah, go ahead,
think
bro.
about how many the population of India. Just off the top, we ain't even gonna talk about babies. We're just gonna say the population of India, and then the population of the Islam community. We'll just say that as a broader, right? So like those for the majority, not all, because there's a lot of other types of people that live there, et cetera. But for the majority, those people are that color already, almost. You know what I'm saying? And then, so that makes up billions of people right there. And then the way that, like you're just saying, like the way America is in general, and the way that we notice like parts of Europe are, like, bro, everybody is going to be fucking the same goddamn color.
Stop it.
And then think about this though. What if all of the people that are the same color end up being the slaves to some chosen few elitist families from each color or race that rule over the... I mean, I'm just saying, I ain't never heard of that before, but I just smoked some good weed and that shit sounded good, so I figured I would say it.
George, you've been talking to George Orwell. That's who you've been talking to. That motherfucker called you. You know what I'm saying?
Think about that though, man.
Hey, this is a rebuttal for Jason.
That shit crazy, bro.
Read the comment, Jason, and say it in
you
an
said
Eddie
that-
Murphy voice.
Oh, there's some nice titties.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Andrew, like Andrew just said something, and also like, so if you take a black person and a white person, and they have a baby,
Right.
and then you say you take that baby when they get older, and you put them with if you put them with a white person or a black person, it doesn't matter. They're still going to come out light on that next go around.
Fact.
And so if you think about the generations that happens with, et cetera, like it's like you just said, it's inevitable for everybody on the planet, except for a small elitist group that believe in not mixing race or whatever you want to call it, right? Then it could be not mixing alien race, because who the fuck? I mean, think about it. We all could be different alien races. We don't know.
Yeah.
Andrew must have the curliest hair, like,
bro.
And this Andrew.
No. I'm an old granddad here. I'm the oldest person here. So, like, I'm 60 years old. So I'm an old granddad, and my dad's still alive, and he still comes and visits me in Thailand. But I'm not going to use the N word, but I use it to him all the time. Me and him use all the time the N word, and he likes using it to me.
The best father-son talk ever.
Yeah. But it's my dad's still alive. He had me when he was 15, so I'm 60, he's 70, he's 76,
Man,
and he comes to visit me in Thailand. He comes to visit me in Thailand all the time.
That's what's up, man.
Okay, so where did your parents meet at?
Beautiful.
You don't want to know.
No, I'm just saying, where did they meet at? Like, what country?
No. That's a secret.
All right. Well, I was just trying to give the example of like, like
Random places, English, random times.
Yeah. They went out with each other for like 1 year, but my dad made contact with me years later, and we stayed in contact. And he's a very nice man. I can't fault him at all. I remember being in Rose Hall, Jamaica with him. He took me to Rose Hall, Jamaica, and everything like that. Then I was fostered out to a foster family.
Is he like tribal? Like, like a Zulu?
No, he's an African man. He was African.
I'm just saying though, like no. Zulu's a tribe, though, right?
Yeah. It's
right.
Zulu,
so I was just wondering, like, is his religion? Does he practice like a certain type of religion, or is it more like a?
No, he's Christian now. He's Christian.
Okay,
he's Christian.
Yeah, because we've had several Africans on the show that are Christians. One of them got really mad at me because I told him I was talking about some shit, and he was talking about how they worship snakes and do all the Pentecostal type shit or whatever. And I called it out. I said, I bet you're this right here. And he was like, yeah. He got mad at me, and Jason broken down on some Jesus stuff and just some historical proof. Not saying that Jesus ain't real, but just saying, there's some holes in there. And dude got real mad. And it's like, bro, but the people that taught you Christianity are supposedly the ones that were the slave owners. So like, why the fuck would you believe a religion that they taught you to believe? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. You know.
I went in to be a Buddha monk to clear my head for a while, and when I stayed as a Buddhist monk, I really enjoyed it. I didn't want to come out, but I've got a wife, and my Thai wife. Yeah, you see on my picture there. I love too much, and I stayed there for a few months and that, and then I come out from being a Buddhist monk and went back to my wife. But yeah, I love being a Buddhist monk, and so that's you really know all my life history tonight, anyway. So that's it.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah, man. So to go back to what we started with, you know, I think on paper, Kamala Harris is qualified to at least run to be president and be considered. Right? I think Donald Trump. Trump's already been the president, so obviously he's qualified. You know what I mean? But now let's talk about where do we think the money came from and is going to come from to fund Kamala Harris opposed to Donald Trump. Do we think that regular Americans are donating that much? Or do we think like there's a handful of billionaires that are coming out to get behind Trump? Or do we think that it's...
Right, guys. All you Americans, right now. Just let me... Jason, just let me speak 1 minute because I'll shut my mouth then. What about the interview with Kamala Harris, yeah? And then she's saying, this is what a woman is. Do you remember this interview she done on TV? Yeah. This is what a woman is. She made herself look so stupid. I'm sorry. I don't like Trump and I don't like Harris.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that, and that's another thing too. That's how you know I don't like Trump. I don't like Harris. I think Obama's gay. I think Michelle's a man. My hypothesis is that they've already had a gay person as president, and we just haven't known about it. I think that just with the laws, because I just look at what people do. Like, okay, so JFK. He did shit for the Irish mafia because he was Irish. You got, like Lyndon B. Johnson was Polish or some shit, so he did some shit for the Polish folks. Like, if you just go down the list.
Lyndon B. Johnson did something for the Polish folks. Why? Because the majority of the goddamn population of Jews lived in Poland at first, in Warsaw. Right. That's why he got involved. Like, man, come on, man.
Wait, I know. Listen, thank you. No, goddamn you.
I'm just saying, there's only one type of person that you're not allowed to talk about.
Right, but look, though,
that's the person that runs this shit.
Then you look at Obama, right? And Obama did what? Obama passed a lot of laws for who? The gay and trans people, right? And then that was the point I was going with. So like, everybody who's going to look out for their people. If their people are the Jewish people, they're going to look out for them. If their people are the gay people, they're going to look. Everybody has done something. As soon as they became president, they're like, all right, well, but Obama.
Joe Biden's a Catholic Zionist.
Exactly, and what'd he do? Catholic Zionist shit. You know what I'm saying?
So right. Don't forget what I said earlier. Joe Biden is a terrorist supporter and supported the IRA and killing the British Army.
What's crazy about that is that most Democratic presidents are, which they claim to be the more peaceful party.
Right.
But if you think about all assassination attempts were against Republicans.
Yep.
Why is every time they try to kill a president, it's a Republican?
Well, JFK was a Democrat, but now he would be considered a Republican, I think.
He would, but his beliefs in his
he was changing. Remember?
Yeah,
he was going to run for the Republican Party.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like now, I think he would be considered that. But yeah, he was definitely Catholic.
definitely, bro. He was in God we trust. You know how they say God stopped that bullet from hitting Trump, and but God let a whole fireman die. Like that shit don't make no fucking sense. You let a
Yeah.
whole motherfucker who's actually saved lives die, while you let a nigga who probably ain't saved shit, but maybe maybe his threats may have saved some shit, but actually it's probably the money behind those
He
threats
saved
that
your
saved some
pockets.
shit.
That's all he
Yeah,
saved.
but you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this dude's a firefighter. He actually probably pulled niggas out of burning, but he was a chief. He wasn't just a firefighter. The nigga was a head.
Yep.
So I think that it's just weird
Man,
that God shit comes up when it, and you're right. That's normally a Republican.
the money world did not react good to the whole Kamala Biden switchover type vibe either.
Yeah,
You know what
Oh,
I'm saying?
dude,
Like
the hammer
my
fucking stroke.
yeah.
you
The
know what I
money
mean?
took
Like it, I
out.
mean, it didn't like tank or nothing like that, but you could tell like shit. I know I got a lot of money in that shit, and I look at it all the time, and I know that like, hey, nobody liked that shit, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got to reconfigure what the
Yeah.
fuck and get positioned in a different way
Right.
now because,
It was like all those comments.
bro, during that RNC, the motherfucking market was booming, bro.
Yep.
The whole time that Republican National Convention was going on, before it and after it. And then all of a sudden Biden got COVID and it was like, okay, Trump, there was a vibe, you could feel it. And then all of a sudden this Kamala shit and the whole goddamn sentiment went down. Just like that, bro. So you could tell like some big money. It's not just people like me that are selling or whatever. Big money was like, ah, damn, Trump might not have it all the way. God damn it. Let's hold off a minute, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? Like, but you can definitely tell that there's a vibe to get younger people involved in politics more than ever, I think, in my life. I know that. And it's primarily driven by the Democratic Party. I don't understand why the Republicans suck so fucking bad at everything except the professional part. You feel me? Like, motherfucker, look, hire some motherfuckers to do your shit then. Because y'all motherfuckers suck, bro. Like, I lean conservative a lot of the ways, but like, I'm obviously liberal as a motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and libertarian. I want to do my own shit. I don't want nobody telling me what to do.
Yeah.
But
there's a
but at the same time, it's like I sit here and I see that right now. I see that even if you're a liberal in this country, there's no reason to not have a Republican as the president. Now, I know that's easy for me to say because I'm more than just liberal, but at the same time, I'm keeping up with this shit, goddamn it, like I never have before. And I'm seeing the Republicans hold to their goddamn word, and they're not being racist. They're not against trans or gay or abortion, anything. Bro, Trump has done said, fuck this shit, I gotta bend the knee, and he did. He's like, abortions, I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Now, the only thing he's not cool with is the border being wide open, and I'm not either. Fuck that shit, man. Y'all motherfuckers gonna let me come to your house and eat for free? Hell no.
Bro,
Hell no.
Like you were saying, bro, at the end of the day, it's really more of a spiritual warfare, really. It's not in the end, it comes really down to the morality of it all. You know what I mean? How much are we gonna allow? You know what I'm saying? But I think that I guess you want to say this is almost like the natural cycle of man at this point.
It is.
And I think that we are in a certain point in a certain part of that transformation, and eventually it'll come to a place where none of the bullshit exists. It'll be back to what it should be. Now, a lot of people don't understand that kind of balance, you know what I mean? But it has to go to, one side or the other before it can swing back. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been like that. This whole reality that we've all experienced has been a fucking duality, man. It's been a fucking duality. What up, Tick? You know what I'm saying? So it's always been that way, man. And what I see happening for us is gonna be good and bad. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of shit that's gonna fucking happen. You know what I mean? Like, even though like people want to say,
depending on where your mind is, it can be all good. Yeah. But you've got to have a strong mind to keep that motherfucker from getting sucked into the bullshit. Because even me, as hard-headed as I am, I'm letting these fucking politics suck me in. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I don't give a fuck who becomes president. But at the end of the day, I got money that goes up and down depending on who the president might be. So I gotta pay attention to it. You know what I mean? Like,
see, and that's it's having awareness. Just because you're aware of doesn't mean necessarily you're paying attention to. Now, it could affect you. We do have that choice to allow shit to affect us, but it's good. You're playing quarterback in this game. It's good to be aware of that safety that's going on. You mean even though you don't give a fuck about that safety because you know you got the arm to be able to put the ball wherever you need to.
right?
You know what I'm saying? You still have to be aware that motherfucker's sitting there. So at the, it's just a level of awareness that you have to have without letting it affect you spiritually. Yeah.
I think if you don't acknowledge that there's a safety sitting there, you're a fucking fool.
Absolutely.
Because there's a reason why there's a safety there that's made it to be able to be on the team to play good enough to take that fucking ball if he wants to.
Absolutely. So
you know what I mean? And I think that's where the Republicans fall short, bro. Them motherfuckers just act like they're gonna win just because the economy sucks or whatever it is right now.
Would you say last week you said, or we were talking about the concept that the Republicans are extreme now, and the Democrats are both parties are so extreme they're no longer balanced in the middle on either one of their beliefs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Republicans used to be, okay, we don't believe in abortion, but if she got raped or if she's a victim of this or that, then yes, that's an exception. But now it's like we don't give a fuck. No abortions in general. You know what I mean?
Right. So and let's think about it. Planned Parenthood has been going through every goddamn Republican president there's been, bro. Yeah. So when has there not been a chance for someone to get an abortion?
Bro, I'm Republican, and
this shit is crazy to me. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers really this stupid, bro? Yeah. To really believe that you can't go get an abortion if you want to? Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
I donate, I'm sorry to say this, but it's funny as hell. I donated back then to the Planned Parenthood.
Hey, I might have sent a few there. I don't know. Shit, motherfuckers used to live different. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm sure, bro. How I was out there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure some of my. I'm sure I had some chicks go to Planned Parenthood. God damn.
See, what's fucked up about the world, man, is that that is an awesome thing, right? Isn't it an awesome thing that we should like spend time and money on sexual education for our young people so they don't end up in bad predicaments,
or at least like some smash and dash merchandise,
but something, right? But look though,
right, Jason?
Look
where the fucking line of shame.
Look where it's going though now. It's to the point now, bro, where it's like that's not even what that was. Margaret Sanger was trying to kill black babies. Like, damn, you weren't even trying to fucking help with sexual education for the people.
No, it was to suppress the black population.
Yeah, you literally invented
the inner city. Now, let me get that right. Yeah, the inner city population.
Poor population.
Right. Not Black Wall Street.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm saying? But the inner city.
If you was a white girl trying to have a fucking black baby, they was happy to get that motherfucker up out you. I'm just saying, just put in perspective. You know what I'm saying? So
I just had a mental state on it. You know what I mean, Jason? Like, if you got a crazy bitch fucking giving birth every fucking 9 months, like literally fucking one baby after the next, shouldn't you fucking throw in the towel? Like,
bro, some people should come with chastity belts. Is so bad, my nigga. Like you should have to ask permission. You should have to ask permission from the government to unlock that pussy. Like that don't mean it's bad. So, like it's bad.
But Jason,
but wait though. But hold on, coach. I gotta be real and say that I also blame men. Because we can be whole creators, we can create.
Yeah, we are,
and we can be homemakers. Okay, and I can't say that we're not accountable. We're not accountable. We can't. Well, I'm not. Look, I want to hold men accountable for being homemakers as well. So there are homemakers out there. Not saying that I'm one. I tried to not be a homemaker. You know what I'm saying? I tried to be real conscious.
Hey Jason, say it with me. Meow 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 meow. We are the meow mixers, bro.
Oh, I feel you. But it's gotten bad though now, right? Now it's to the point where we don't have a good sexual education for the children. Um,
It is.
it's horrible now. Like it's to the point, bro. Come on, you remember when we had those classes, bro? They would scare us from having sex. They showed us pussies and dicks that had infections and herpes, and they showed us
I was in
videos
health
while
class. I remember
yes,
that.
health class, and they taught us like, look, this is what your shit gonna look like if you don't
If you,
strap up.
if you don't fucking strap your shit,
Yeah, man.
America
don't-
needs
they-
his jimmies.
They don't do that no more, bro. I asked my daughter, I'm like, she's 15. I'm like, you ain't have health class, they ain't showed you the video?
Bro,
Yeah, she's
when
like,
I was
what
16,
video?
they gave me a fucking box of condoms. Like, I mean, look, a
Bro.
whole fucking FedEx box of
Yes.
condoms.
Right. Look,
Yes.
it switched from trying to encourage someone not to do it early to encouraging you how to do it safely early. That's
It's
what
like,
they do
no,
now.
it's like, no, go ahead. It's like,
That's
no,
what they
yeah,
do.
now it's like, no, go ahead. You should have a fucking baby right now. Go for
Right.
it.
Or they'll be like, you know,
And then
now-
all of a sudden,
now
the mother
it's,
dies
a
because
4-year-old
fucking they weren't ready.
a 4-year-old is conscious enough to pick their own sexuality. Like we have a very sick nation, just not even with the politics. Like the head of our health department is an obese transgender.
Jewish also. Sorry. Just had to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Jewish.
I'm just saying though, so the person who's okaying what's healthy for the American people is not only mentally unstable,
Yeah.
but physically unfit.
That was a congratulations also to the Jewish community that the head of our health is Jewish. You know,
Oh,
that was no negative at all.
no, that
Never
no,
for me.
that was,
Bro, it's so sad that I mean, not saying like I just know that a sick person when I see one, man, and there's no way that you can convince me that believing like it's all right. And that's why I said this is how I know your spirit is being attacked. All right. Because I got a whole cousin who's gay and he don't believe in none of this extra shit that goes on with the transgender and everything like that. He still likes being a guy. Just because he's gay doesn't mean he doesn't like being a guy. Like they've come to trick people into thinking people have been gay forever. Caesar ran a whole empire and he was getting pounded out. Okay.
Right.
He was
Hey,
a-
let me
he
ask
was
you a
a
question real
catcher.
quick, Jason.
Go ahead.
Have you just real quick? Have you
Yeah.
noticed in like the majority of new movies that they make the kids right?
Yeah.
Like think about it. Watch the new Ghostbusters on Netflix that just dropped. It's the brand new Ghost.
oh, the
all right,
Frozen
so-
Empire.
Right.
Yeah.
So the boy, he's from Stranger Things, and
Right.
the girl, I don't know where she's from, but look at them. They basically look the same, bro. This
Bruh.
shit is so crazy right now, and they got the motherfucking makeup on the boy. I know about makeup in movies and
Yeah.
TV and shit,
But
right?
Disney's-
But they got it. They're doing it to make him look feminine
Yes.
and to make
That-
her look more masculine, to bring them
Disney
almost
is
to the equal.
literally
Like a tomboyish.
Yes,
tomboyish.
Disney
They're bringing that
is
shit.
literally they
No, but that's
literally
not Disney.
have
That
came
wasn't
out. No,
Disney.
I know it's not. I'm just saying, do you know we know who Disney is. I'm just saying
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
and this is not even live action. This is cartoons. Disney literally has been animating gay people into the movies for a long time. See, but we don't even know that they're gay. They only give you a little sign that the character is gay. Like that shit is crazy. But they've been doing this DEI thing forever
Yeah.
when it comes to that shit. You know what I mean? And now they literally have hospitals that will let your kid go to be transgender. They're trying to get permission from the state of Florida to set up.
Bro, they already doing that around the world though.
I know.
But I know what that's
Yeah.
crazy, ain't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like
You want
It's
to know the
nuts.
first fucking crazy Disney movie that I saw that like I kind of saw it? It's with like Andrew Short.
Okay.
He played fucking Jack Frost, and you know how Andrew
Yeah.
Short, whatever his name is, he's
Right.
like kind of
Martin
flamboyant.
Short. Martin Short.
Martin
Yeah,
Short,
yeah. And he's like kind of flamboyant because that's just his character in every
Right.
movie. He's kind of like weak. Yeah. That character in general was supposed to actually be flamboyant and gay. And then later on, in the new fucking Santa movie, they have or that was it the Fantastic Nine, whatever the fuck. It's a Santa Claus movie.
Yeah.
and fucking they have a gay fucking dresser.
Yes.
Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yes, I do. But they've
I
been
was like, what the
and
fuck is
and
happening?
you know, like I said, I have nothing against gay people, right?
I
Right.
don't.
But what I'm saying, like, it's an attack on your spirit because a lot of these kids they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like my
Well,
daughter
I mean,
thought she was gay, right? My daughter was like, I think I like girls. I said, Marley, I think you like anything that has a good heart. Okay, and that's the problem. Okay, so you think that you like girls when you're really just attracted to somebody who has a good heart. Let me break that down to you. I
bro,
told her,
that same shit happened with my daughter. Remember, I
I
told you
told
that
her,
whole
yeah,
story.
yep. I told her,
Like,
I said, baby, until you have sex, until somebody knocks the bottom out that pussy, right? And you know for sure that was not for you. Like, yeah, that ain't for me. That's the only way you know, baby. I'm like, ain't no way, ain't no other way. How do you know your sexuality if you
Jason,
haven't had
not
sex?
to be a dick, not to be a dick. Maybe because you didn't like how big that dick was.
Nah, I'm just saying. You know what
That's
I mean?
just a fucking rebuttal.
No,
That's just a
I
real
know.
rebuttal. Real
No, but
rebuttal.
I'm just being honest, you know, because she's 14, 15-year-old girl at the time. And I'm like, yo, so it doesn't make sense that you can declare your sexuality before you
Yeah.
have sex. You feel what I'm saying? Like
you know,
you might not want to eat a pussy. After you have a period and
and
start
look,
understanding what a pussy does, you might not be gay. I'm like, that's what I
the
told her. I was like, you want to eat pussy? She was like, what? I said, that's what gay girls do. They eat pussy. She said,
and ass.
she was
Hey,
like,
think about it. So the right wing conspiracy theorist, racist white male, right here. This is what he said to his daughter. I said when my daughter came to me and said she was like, "I've got a." She said, "I got a girlfriend," and I was like, "I said, oh, for real?" She was like, "Yeah." And I said, "Let me see a picture." She showed me a picture. She was a little Hispanic girl. I was like, "Oh, she's cute." You know what I mean? I would have said if it was a boy, I would have said, "Oh, he's cool, he's good looking, whatever." You know what I'm saying? And so I gave her the phone back, and I was like, "Well, let me know if if you want me to like take you over to her house, or if y'all want to go to a movie or something together, or whatever." And she looked at me and she was like, "Well, I mean, I met her online." And I was like, "Well, then that's not even your fucking girlfriend." Like, I ain't say that to her, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, look, unless you've been around somebody and that ain't got on your motherfucking nerves and shit, like, you don't know you know what I'm saying? And you definitely don't know if you want to spend your time with another female. Like, what happens when both of y'all are on your period or some shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, bro.
But when you
Like
find
I
out
know women, you know what I'm saying?
it's over 60% of relationships, women on women relationships in you know what I mean, failure. It's a high number, and in domestic violence, like 60% of them have domestic
By
violence
the way,
issues.
my daughter's 18 now and she's got a boyfriend. Isn't that
Yeah,
something?
and my daughter's 15
She
now, and she's
she
got a
she
big
was a
old boyfriend.
lesbian
Right,
when she was 14, she was a lesbian.
right.
But now that she's 18, she's a motherfucking not a lesbian. So something up there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep. And I did the same thing. I took my daughter on dates with her little girlfriend and everything. I was like, here, you know what I mean? I took her on dates. I was like, oh, you are going to the movies? Okay, cool. I'll
Hey,
take
we
you.
got 5 seconds. I just
5 seconds.
noticed.
Oh, I love y'all. We see y'all fucking about to